I'm Maura McCullough, founder of College Scoops. Our goal at College Scoops is to provide valuable, curated content to help students and parents get a better feel and vibe of a college campus and the surrounding area. Whether you are in high school or at university, College Scoops provides the inside scoops on everything college related, highlighting the best places to eat, stay, and explore on and around campus. We know college visits in particular should and can be fun, offering new insights into the local community and surrounding area each and every time you step foot on campus. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hi, my name is Natalie, and I'm the Colorado College Lead Ambassador for College Scoops. We are bringing you a virtual campus experience to answer the questions many students have as they make their final college decisions or start to develop their college list. I am currently a rising junior. I'm from Summit, New Jersey, and I'm a math major. And I'm on the women's lacrosse team, and I'm part of the Student Athletic Advisory Committee, or the SAC, which is basically a group of student athletes who does volunteer work around the community and connects the student athlete community to the rest of the student body.
Hello, I'm Hunton. I'm a junior, class of 2022. I'm from Ipswich, Massachusetts, up on the North Shore, and I'm studying economics at Colorado College. I'm involved in the rugby club. That's one of the biggest things I'm involved in, but I'm also involved in the Free Riding Union of Colorado College, which is basically just like a skiing and riding.
Hi, my name is Caitlin Kelly. I go to Colorado College. I will be a junior next year. I am majoring in environmental studies and minoring in Spanish. I am currently involved in Greek life in a sorority called Kappa Alpha Theta.
Hi, my name is Avery. I am from Atlanta, Georgia. I am a junior chemistry major at Colorado College, and I'm on the women's lacrosse team and in the Kappa Kappa Gamma sorority.
Hi, my name is Bella Scola. I'm from the San Francisco Bay Area. I am hopefully going to be an architecture and design major at Colorado College. I'm a rising sophomore, so my graduation year is 2023. On campus, I am a member of the women's lacrosse team, and I am the darkroom monitor, so I'm available for all of your photography darkroom needs, including lessons on how to use the darkroom if you cannot get into it.
What do you wish you knew when you arrived at freshman orientation?
When I first arrived at freshman orientation, I wish I knew to try and make as many friends as possible, because you never know that some of those people you meet on the first day will be your best friends later in college.
So just like a skiing and riding club. When I arrived at freshman orientation, one thing that I wish that I knew right off the bat was that there was more than one dining service at the school, and I think I went the whole freshman year without knowing that there was more than just the one dining hall. So I only ate there for a large portion of my freshman year, it was good.
Kappa Alpha Theta. Going into freshman orientation, I honestly wish that I knew how easy it would be to meet people and, just to know to be more trusting in the college and kind of the process of that. I met my best friends on the first day of school, and so I kind of just wish I knew that to be a little bit less nervous.
So I didn't really think that freshman orientation was important, so I didn't pay attention during it. And they actually said a lot of pretty important information about the school, so I definitely wish that I had paid attention during it.
Something I wish I knew before freshman orientation was that it's okay if the people that you meet during freshman orientation don't become your best friends, and there's not going to be any hard feelings there. A lot of the people that I met in the first couple of weeks and months of school, I was good friends with, but then we just kind of grew apart, and that's okay.
What was the deciding factor in choosing Colorado College?
The deciding factor in choosing college for me, I think, was the school size and location.
What was the deciding factor in choosing your college? Location for me. That's my whole college search was based on location.
Bit less nervous. A deciding factor for me for choosing Colorado College was definitely the block plan, taking one class at a time and just being able to really focus and delve into one subject and kind of have those small classes with the teacher who can really just focus on you. Also just kind of location, being in Colorado is amazing, get to go skiing a lot and just access to a lot of different outdoor activities and stuff like that.
I think a big deciding factor for me in the school was definitely the block program. It definitely doesn't work for everyone, but I really enjoy it and I can't imagine doing school any other way now.
The deciding factor for me in choosing my college was the ability to play lacrosse, which I have at Colorado College, and I love. I love being a part of the team, and I love the competitiveness that I get to keep with me into my college years.
How easy is it to register for classes?
At CC, it's pretty easy to register for classes. It's all done online, and we have a point system. Sometimes it can be a little difficult to get into more common intro-level courses, but I've never had a problem with it.
In practice, it is really easy to register for classes. It's a good system, but in reality, the system that they use means that you can register for all the classes you want, but you're not going to get all the classes you want because there's a weird point system. So I wish that they would fix that because it is really easy to register, but you're not going to get into all the classes that you wanted.
I think that Colorado College does a really amazing job for registering for classes using that 40-point system. I think also we're unique in that, we don't have to schedule like 9 a.m.s versus 2 p.m.s or stuff like that. So it just might naturally be easier for us.
It's pretty easy to register for classes. I haven't had a problem. Basically, we do it on points, and you're allocated 40 points a semester. And so if your advisor kind of knows what to do, you can always just defer to them, and they generally have a pretty good idea of how many points to put on a class.
On campus, it can be difficult to register for classes because we use the point system. So you have to bet on classes using a certain number of points, which can be not bad if you want to get into classes that aren't that difficult to get into, but it can be a little problem if you are trying to get into difficult classes, especially multiple during a semester that all need a lot of points because you only have so many.
What is the social scene like? Are freshmen allowed at parties?
With it. The social scene is really inclusive and open. The parties range from sports teams to Greek life to, theme housing, and usually everyone is able to get into parties, especially freshmen.
What is the social scene like? I really enjoy the social scene. There's a ton of different student groups, which means that there's a lot of different social groups going on, and since seniors live off campus, there's usually a lot of parties going on, led by each of the different student groups, because each group usually has a few seniors in it that can host parties. And there is active Greek life, but it's not the driving force in the social life. And I know a lot of people that never participate in any Greek life parties, and some people that's their whole thing.
It just might naturally be easier for us. The social scene at Colorado College, I'd say, is fairly inclusive. I think you definitely don't need to be in Greek life to be included. Freshmen are pretty much invited to anything. If there's a party on campus, I'd say it's very easy for everybody to find out and for everybody to get in and be involved. So I'd say that we have an inclusive social scene and an active social scene. I'd say it's more house parties, then a bar scene, and yeah.
On a class. The social scene, it's pretty nice. The parties are thrown off campus by either seniors or by the fraternities, and so freshmen are generally welcomed, except it might be kind of hard to get into if you don't know a senior. But if you're involved in like a club or a sports team, you would probably have a better chance of getting in to a party just because you know the people throwing it.
On campus, we have 3 frats and 3 sororities, so there is a little bit of Greek life, but it doesn't have the same presence as it would at other bigger schools, which I really enjoy. And all of the sports teams and kind of act like sororities and fraternities as well. They'll host parties that are open to anyone. Yeah, I think the social scene at Colorado College is just super fun, and there's always something fun that you can do. And if it's not a party, it's going on like a trip somewhere with your friends.
How difficult is it to find housing?
At CC, you live on campus for the first 3 years, so it's not hard to find housing at all.
Difficult to find housing. Similar to the registering for classes, it is also pretty easy to register for housing, but you're not going to get what you want 100% of the time. So in that aspect, it is a little bit finicky. You can get what you want sometimes, but it's basically random.
Yeah. I'd say in terms of housing, I think Colorado College is definitely lacking in that. I do not think we should be required to live on campus for 3 years and, have a good chance of living in dorm style, especially your junior year. I think they definitely need to increase the amount of apartments accessible to juniors and kind of just update a lot of like freshman and sophomore dorm style housing as well. So I'd say overall finding housing can be extremely difficult and a stressful experience at CC.
In terms of housing, CC currently is like in a bit of a housing crisis, but you do have housing for on campus for the first 3 years. So you might not necessarily get your first choice, but you will have a place to live.
Are students actively involved in clubs, recreational sports, and outside activities?
All. Students are extremely actively involved in clubs, recreational sports, and especially outside activities. Pretty much every weekend, I know people, or I do this, go skiing, camping, hiking, or any sort of those types of things.
Certainly, yeah. Skiing, outdoor activities, hiking, biking, climbing, all that. It's huge. On campus, there's a ton of different clubs for that. Every student is probably active in some sort of recreational activity at some point.
I think students at Colorado College are very actively involved in clubs. I think that we are a decently big sports school. I think most people are involved in intramurals or clubs or D3 sports, and I think if not, we have a huge like mountain biking, hiking, skiing scene, so lots of outside activities. Other than that, I think people are really involved in other clubs like regarding like policy, a lot of like political action and activism, environmental initiatives, stuff like that. I think people are really involved overall at our college.
A lot of students are involved in clubs. Not that many people are involved in Greek life, but there are a bunch of people that are involved in sports teams or just other clubs around campus. And since it's such a small school, you generally get to know people of all different ages pretty well.
Students at CC like to stay pretty active. There's a lot of good hiking around. There's a lot of students who will spend a couple hours in the climbing gym. On warm days, you can see people playing frisbee and slacklining on the quad. And or sometimes on the weekend there'll be people playing spike ball or wiffle ball, or sometimes they just want to hang out, listen to some music, just chill. I think you can always find a good environment for like a lazy Saturday afternoon, or like a good way to kind of calm yourself after a really busy day in class and with homework.
Does Colorado College do a good job helping students apply for internships and research opportunities?
The college definitely does a really good job of helping students apply for internships or research opportunities. We have a really good career center, and all the academic advisors are really helpful.
Certainly, yeah. I know a lot of people that have already had really good research opportunities and a couple of good internships, and they're already at that level going into their junior year. And I haven't gotten there myself yet, but I am certain that I will be able to find a good opportunity given the resources that they provide at the school.
I think overall the college does a good job helping students kind of like find research opportunities or internship opportunities, especially having the block plan. It's really easy to kind of build one-on-one relationships with your professors. And so kind of, making those deeper connections can definitely be an advantage in helping you in the long term, like finding summer opportunities or even research opportunities throughout the school year as well.
What tips do you have to succeed academically at Colorado College?
Some tips to succeed academically at CC are you have to be really on top of things, especially in the block plan, because getting behind really isn't an option. Definitely go to office hours, see your teachers if you're struggling, because they are really helpful and they want to form relationships with you.
My number one tip is don't procrastinate. It's a school where you get a lot of work really fast, and you have to be ready to take on all that work and complete it on time. And if you even get a little bit behind, you're really going to be struggling. So as soon as you get something assigned, my advice is to, if you're not going to do it right away, at least think about how much time it's going to take you to do it. And in my perfect world, I'd have everything done as soon as it's assigned. Just bang it out.
And something for like succeeding academically, in my like harder chemistry classes, it's not necessarily something that I've done, but we have like daily quizzes that are given to us by the professors, which is really nice just because you learn so much material in such a small time. So it really kind of forces you to study every night, and you can't really get behind on the material because you'll get a bad grade on the quiz. So it's pretty nice.
Tips for academic success, I think for me it would be going in and talking to your teachers and getting the most out of you can from your professors, because they have so much knowledge and they have so much to give to their students, but with class time they can only offer so much. So I think like if putting in the extra effort and going to talk to your professors really kind of cements your education and can really push you one step further.
Here's how you can get more information like what you have just seen to help you and your student get the inside scoops on college life. We have close to 100 ebooks available at collegescoops.com for purchase. All of our ebooks feature student and parent testimonials on what life is like on campus, living, learning, and working while attending college. We offer students and parents favorite places to eat on and around campus, along with a host of local excursions for you, your student, and family to enjoy during your college experience. With direct links to restaurants, hotels, and excursions, we have made it as easy as possible for you to plan your trip, saving you time, energy, and stress. Whether it is your first time visiting or at graduation, we've got you covered.